Hello, my name is Trevor Shepard, and today's brand brief will be on Delta Airlines, American Airlines, United Airlines, and Southwest Airlines, which is also the chosen company for the rebrand or focus campaign of the branding. Delta Airlines is a company that was originally rebranded. Now, in this project, we had to choose a company and go through the steps of their rebranding. Delta was rebranding their Skycap at the time, and I've chosen to discuss the rebranding of the whole airline industry of that airline and not just like the Skycap portion. Richard Anderson, who is the CEO of Delta, stated that Delta Airlines has its finger on the pulse of its travelers in maintaining a balance in vision, flexibility, differentiation, authenticity, sustainability, and meaning. And those topics were also discussed and focused on with every airline chosen for this assignment. The next airline we will be discussing is United. Just a brief little overview of it. United Airlines was the first airlines to really take concern of the branding by providing a registered nurse on board, which also took concern for the safety of its passengers, which I thought was brilliant. American Airlines displayed its commitment to the community through being a part of nonprofit organizations such as UNICEF for over 20 years. The next airline we'll be discussing is Southwest, which is the company chosen for the rebranding process. Since this company is the youngest of the bunch, I thought it would seem fitting to try to discuss them having more brand real estate. Some of the same similarities for all these companies are they all have domestic routes and they all have value point discount programs and very good baggage handling. Some of the differences are Southwest is continental only, which means they don't have any international flights. In Delta, United, and American Airlines all do international and domestic flights. But Southwest has the largest domestic fleet since they can focus on domestic flights only. They don't have to worry about having larger planes, so they can focus on having the same amount of planes and the same type of planes, which is good when you're dealing with mechanics and other things. So, those are some of the similarities and some of the differences between the four competitors in this briefing. Now, the SWOT analysis was done on Southwest because this is the company I chose to discuss for the rebranding. Some of their strengths were that they have one of the lowest fare carriers, which means that they're able to keep their prices lower than everyone else. And they also have a flexible union. And their number one asset is that they do most of their booking on the internet. So they do not have to worry about booking agents or anything. All their stuff mainly comes from their site. If you need to book something, your best bet is to go to their site because that's the place where you'll probably find their best rates. Now, some of their weaknesses, well, one of their weaknesses is that they're very conservative when it comes to growing. So they take their time. I don't really, in their union, gets to negotiate with them because they are unionized. So that could be a weakness, and that could also be a strength when you're looking at a SWOT analysis. They've been copied in 60 cities, but they're looking to expand. Now, some of the other options of expansion are international flights, more customer seats, but they have threats too, which are the recession, oil, terrorist attacks, and just plain out being copied by other competitors. Next comes the action plan, where branding position, value proposition, and sustainable competitive advantage are the keys. Now, first, in the brand positioning, focusing on the rapid rewards benefits can be very beneficial to them if they offer more point values to families that all fly together. They already offer the lowest rates by having the same type of airplanes in their fleet. They can also put on top of that chaperone trips for underage flyers and translate and communicate that in a way where families can see the value of, having their children go visit their grandparents through a chaperone trip that may give them reward points and values also. And they can use the heart campaign to display their affection and emotions because people translate and communicate the shape of the heart with love. So using that as a brand position would be very good. Right now, their sustainable competitive advantage is offering the lowest rates by having a focused fleet and sustaining a brand image of excitement can cause customers to be very loyal as long as they know that this transitional period from the airport to their destination is going to be smooth and also along the lines be enjoyable from beginning to end and begin to offer international flights, maybe one or two. And their value proposition has the highest fleet focused on domestic flights. They offer uncompromising traveler service. Southwest focuses on domestic flights and hospitality that mainly comes from their southern roots and having been developed from the Love Airport. These are very unique qualities that they can push forward in their action plan. Next up is the development strategy and goals. First, the strategy and goals are to develop a marketing campaign that would display families. And the target audience would be the mom, per se, as the head of the family when it comes to making the trips. So, Southwest can develop a campaign that would show families coming together and enjoying the process of flying, which can be hectic and chaotic. But Southwest can communicate this in a manner of displaying Southern hospitality through their marketing campaign of the heart and use the heart, which also is a symbol of love, to demonstrate not only that their hearts are in it, but that they have love and compassion in what they're doing. Moms are the focus demographic because they understand that immediately when they see that. And they also can use as a marketing campaign young love or lasting love or even new love. It's not just the staff workers who are going to communicate, they're putting their heart into it, but also use this iconic symbol of love to communicate love that passengers have and that people have when they are making these committed trips to go see one another. I know that flights are focused a lot on businesses, but this is a different kind of focus. This is a focus on people, people trying to show their commitment to one another. And my onlyness statement is through one heartbeat, Southwest can provide a quality experience to be remembered, a low fare to be celebrated, and a connection to cherish. In conclusion, I would like to say that Southwest is one of the youngest airlines in the project study. This is intriguing to me because the airline industry is highly competitive and they do not like new competition. Southwest persevered despite having to go to the Supreme Court and work hard and never stopped to do so. The use of the heartbeat is a unique icon in this industry where consumers trust you with their lives. Being able to focus on a domestic fleet allows Southwest to focus on its domestic image. This company will remain competitive for years to come as long as they remember that heart represents hard work and love for the customers.